Hello, welcome to the weekly portion of Chukat, and I would like to share some insights about the parasha that it's talking about Moses' action. So let's see. ויבואו בני ישראל כל העדת בדבר צין בחודש הראשון, ויושב העם בקדש וטמא שם, מרים ותקבר שם. And the children of Israel, even the whole congregation, came into the wilderness of Tzin in the first month, and their people about the Kadesh, and Miriam died here and was buried here. ולא היה מים לעדת ויקהל על משה ועל אהרון, and there was no water for the congregation, and they assembled themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. So during their time in the desert, Bnei Israel made 42 stops. So periodically they wandered to these locations, and as I mentioned, these steps could be represented spiritual stations, and they needed to move on once they had spiritually overcome the negativity at each location. So mainly spiritual activities took place in these steps. So this is all very well, but how did over like 1 million people get water in the middle of the desert? Like a special well followed their movements called Miriam's well. The well was connected to Miriam's soul, and when Miriam's soul left her body, that well disappeared as well. There is almost only one letter difference between the word Miriam, that we having membre issued mem, and mayim, water. So hinting that the plurality and the multiplication of water. So it was due to Miriam's merit that Bnei Israel had the opportunity to drink water. So there comes a point when the whole nation realized that the well will disappear and there is no water to drink. So what a panic situation, okay? Are you agree with this? At this moment, the people's representatives like approaches Moses and Aaron and the leaders. Due to each individual's merit, the Jewish people received different protections and support. So the cloth of glory that is called Ananei Kavod were due to the merits of Moses and Aaron. So Moses, who was drowned from the water, could have easily provided the water as well. So why did this happen so dramatically? That was what was the purpose over here? So everything is guaranteed and our life are very comfortable. It becomes taking everything for granted, okay? The value only becomes apparent when there is a lack. So if there is no water, we start to think about how obvious its presence when it was available at that time, and we can be grateful for those situations when it was part of our lives. So what is now the condition for the absence of the water? So this could lead to an appreciation of the person who ensured the presence of it in our lives. So now we can praise we appreciate the presence of Miriam that during this period she was with the Jewish people in the desert. So God wanted the Jewish people to feel Miriam's absence and to appreciate Moses and Aaron in their lives, since they are leading the Jewish people. So this is about appreciation. Meanwhile, the simple person is filled with worry and doubt about how long they can survive without the water. And what are they doing in such a place? Am I in the right place right now? You should ask yourself. ולמה העלייתנו ממצרים להביא אותנו אל המקום הרע הזה, לא מקום זרע וטענה וגפן ורימון מים אין לשתות. And therefore we have made us to come up out of Egypt to bring us into this evil place. It is no place for seed or figs or wines or for pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink, right? So why we have ended up in such situation without water? So perhaps it was better in Egypt. What did the two leaders do at this point? ויבוא משה ואהרון מפני הקהל אל פתח האוהל מועד, ויפלו על פניהם ויראו כבוד השם עליהם. Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly into the door of the tent of the meeting and fell upon their faces, and the glory of God appeared into him. So ordinary person could rightfully complain as their existence depends on water. They were like children, women, and elderly people who needed to be taken care of. An immediate and swift solution it was needed. So death of Miriam and the disappearance of the well is certainly signifying the disappearance of the energy of kindness, of Hesed. קח את המטה והקהל את אתה ואהרון אחיך ודברתם אל הסלע לעיניהם ונתן מימיו והוצאת להם מים מן הסלע והשקעת את הדת ואת הבירם. Take the road and assemble the congregation through, and Aaron thy brother, and speak into the rock before their eyes, that it give forth its water, and you shall bring forth them water out of the rock, so you shall give the congregation and their cattle drink. Moses and Aaron was energies and connected to Hesed, and they are asking the Creator to provide water for the people. ויקח משה את המטה מלפני השם כאשר ציווהו. And Moses took the rod from before God, and he commanded to him. So it should be noted that the value of the staff, hamate, is mem, that is 40, tet is 9, hey is 5, altogether 54, just like as we have in the word dan, dalet nun, dalet 4, and nun 4, 50, that is rooted in the judgment. So also the plagues that we had in the during the Exodus of Egypt also began with the staffs. So this was the sign of destruction, okay, at that time. ויקהלו משה ואהרון את הקהל על פני הסלע, ויאמר להם, שמעו נא ההורים מן הסלע הזה, נציע לכם מים. So when we mentioned that during that time of Egypt, it was a sign of destruction. So anyhow, so this is now implementing some serious changes that we need to see, okay? And Moses then gathered the assembly together before the rock and said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, are we to bring the forced water out of this rock? So according to Chazal, the miracle of the water is coming from the rock is occurred when everyone had gathered. So their collective strength transformed from the quantity to a qualitative change. So it was very important that they experience this together as a significant event in their lives. So what other qualitative changes happened at this time? So Moses was supposed to speak to the rock, but instead that he's stuck in the staff. So the rebellion and grumbling of the Jewish people made Moses also very impatient at that time. As a result, he relieved on the physical and self-demonstrated to them that the solution was near. Unfortunately, the Jewish people were not spiritually at that level to connect to a higher energy and did not enter to the Holy Land. So this echoes his prophetic ability to drop from a higher level. So due to the mental, the spiritual state of Bnei Israel, also Moses fall on the lower level. So he used the staff twice. The first time, only the small amount of water flowed, precisely for this reason. So since Moses, like, who represents Hesed, should have preferred a speech over striking, okay, which represents the striking is the din. So this indicated to him that in the first instance, water did not flow abundantly. In the second instance, it did. So what was the Creator's judgment over chosen people? ויאמר השם אל משה ואל אהרון, יען לו המנחם בי להקדשנו לעיני בני ישראל, לכן לא תביאו את הקהל הזה אל הארץ אשר נתתי לכם. And God said unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe not in me to sanctify me in the eyes of children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring the assembly into the land which I have given them. So the generation of the desert and Moses could not enter the Holy Land. So this is a further proof that the Jewish people must wait until mature and to be mature and to be able to maintain the spiritual level in the Holy Land. So what else did happen? וישלח משה מלאכים מקדש אל מלך אדום, כה אמר אחיך ישראל אתה ידעת התהילה אשר מצאתנו. And Moses sent messengers from Kadesh into the king of Edom, that said, the brother Israel to knoweth all the trivial that had befallen us. So the Jewish people also encountered the people of Edom during their journey. So Moses mentioned that the Edomites are the descendants of Esau. The kinship between Esau and Jacob indicates a familiar connection. So the word tala, this meaning trouble and suffering, found in this pasuk, can be divided into two parts. So here we have tala and aleph hey. So the first part is we have tav and lamed. It is 430. So tav is 400, lamed 30. Altogether 430, which is basically 5 times of 86. And the number 86 is corresponding to Elohim, which is represent the judgmental side of the Creator. So the number 5 is also having a significance in the aspect of din, referring to various aspects of the Creator. So here and now we have the last 2 letters, aleph hey, is referring for the Creator, which is also associated with the judgment. So here we could see that the Jewish people are encountering the people of Edom. It serves a reminder for the past mistakes and definitely is for something that is related with the judgment. וירדו אבותינו מצרים ונשב מצרים ימים רבים ויראו לנו מצרים לאבותינו. Our fathers went down into Egypt and they dwelt into Egypt a long time, and the Egyptians dealt with us and our forefathers. So here it is the important word here is virdu, okay, and we have redu, went down. We can find the numerical value of redu is reish 204, dalet is 4, and vav is 6, 210. So the exile in the Jewish in Egypt was originally intended to be 400 years, but after that Creator saw that how much is suffering they suffered, and that period was shortened by 210 years. So in Egypt, Israel was surrounded with this impurity and negative aspects, and when they left Egypt, they left behind all this negativity and ventured into unknown where they had to face challenges and growing in spirituality. So let's see what else is happening in the parasha. וישמו הכנעני מלך ערד, יושב הנגב, כי בא ישראל דרך האתרים, ויושב ממנו שבי. And the Canaanite, the king of Arad, who dwelt into the south, heard tell that Israel come to the way of Atarim, and fought against Israel and took some of the captives. It was due to the merit of Aaron and the brother of Moses that the clouds of glory, the Ananei Kavod, these 7 clouds were followed the Jewish people during their wandering in the desert. And we previously discussed that the veil was due to the merit of Miriam, and this that was for drinking and the protection, the Ananei Kavod, was due to Aaron's merit. So when the king of Arad basically heard that Aaron, the first high priest, died, he thought that the Jewish people were left without protection. Okay, and that now could be a great time to attack. The love was very evident to the eyes of others. So this is what happened in the parasha. And I hope you enjoyed the results, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye bye.